Zero tolerance, a chaotic coronavirus lockdown in Shanghai, China. Many worried about the strict rules, what it means for the global economy and American companies doing business in China just ahead. Shanghai is slowly easing a coronavirus lockdown that has some people struggling to find enough food. For more than 3 weeks, 25 million people or more have been staying home, isolated, with factories and stores closed. China's so-called zero-tolerance approach has led to widespread backlash and is also hurting the global economy. Kelsey Kernstein is here with what it all means for the U.S. Kelsey?
Well, Adrian, residents complain they lack access to food, basic necessities, and worry about the mental stress stay-at-home orders have on their loved ones. Cases are being driven up by a subvariant of Omicron, with 25,000 cases reported on Sunday.
In China's largest city, streets silent for miles. More than 25 million people on lockdown, unless you are a healthcare worker, a volunteer, and/or a delivery person. You are not supposed to leave your home or apartment building. At one point, Chinese officials were also separating children who tested positive for COVID from their parents, but have since stopped after outrage. Hospitals have been quickly put together to deal with an overflow of patients. The city's government delivering food, but some shouting from their homes it's not enough. From March 1st through April 9th, the region reported more than 180,000 infections, most asymptomatic.
And even with the lockdown, they're seeing a very high surge in terms of infection rates. So
the subvariant behind the surge in Shanghai is also responsible for a slight uptick in cases in several states here at home.
A couple of weeks to a month lag. Usually we see it in the UK, and then here it is in the US.
But this subvariant has proven not to be as deadly, and vaccines are still effective against it. And according to Dr. Fauci, we've seen a recent COVID surge in the U.S. He blames reduced mitigation measures.
And you have pulling back on mitigation methods. At the same time, there's waning immunity. We're going to see an uptick.
And to make matters even worse, Shanghai's lockdown impacts the global economy. Apple, Tesla, Volkswagen, and several other factories in Shanghai have been shut down since March 28th.
Sleep apnea machines, for example, they've been out for months now. I have many patients who are just waiting on supplies and they can't provide it. China is such a major hub in terms of providing supplies in all sectors, starting from medical to everything else.
And companies like Tesla say they are increasing production at other factories to make up for the loss. But as this continues, we can expect the shutdown to increase costs, cause delays, and further cause issues to the supply chain right here in the U.S., Adrian.
Well, and it's just so frustrating for so many people in Shanghai. I mean, it's less than 0.1% of the Shanghai population that has been infected with COVID, and most of those people being asymptomatic, it's this public outcry.
96% are asymptomatic, so it's fascinating.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kelsey. I know we're going to keep reporting on this story.